Hi, Rick Harsh, uh, speaking for Corona Samizdat Books. Uh, I was thinking about this one today, Wailing, Madness, Shame, and Death, a novel by Wade Gavin. And I, I've been doing this thing on Instagram where I pick up one of the Corona Samizdat books and read for 60 seconds or so. And I haven't done one for a couple of days, so I was thinking, what would I like to read today? And I this one was what came to me. We published this in the summer last year, in August, I believe, end of August. And what I was thinking was how I have a tendency to I'm determined not to compare our books in any extravagant or definitive way, like this is one of our best, this is our best. But I do say this is one of our best, but I cannot compare one book to another. I'll pull one out here, like, okay, Jonathan Trostclair, Purple West, read it all in one or two sittings when it first came out. Loved it. Let's see. Another one is my own Wandering Stone, The Streets of Old Isola. I would tell you that if you're going to buy anything I wrote, make this the last choice, because this basically is a book about the streets of Isola. And, you know, it's had a good review here and there, but the photographs are not good enough. The font is fine. It is a good-looking book once you get into it, but it's not. There's not a great deal of creative writing by me. I mean, I'm kind of stuck with my own plan. You know, to write about every street in the old island part of Isola, which is now attached to land. There are some good stories in there, but it's not. I would recommend every other book I have over that one. But I also, when I was talking about my own books on Instagram today, which I didn't post, I said that I don't talk about my own books. What I should have said is I don't talk much about my own books. I don't want people to think that this is my press. Even though I'm the chief editor and I started it, I'm not doing this. I started it for that reason, and now it's gone beyond that. Now it's very important to me to keep. We have three books that are now out of print. It's important to me to keep them in print, and so I'm waiting until we get enough money to print more copies of them. That's Oscar Submerges, and Solarium, and Abundant Circuity, and they all are worthy books. And I'm not going to tell you which one's the best, but today this one's the best, because I realize what I do is I look at almost every book of ours that I look at. I think, yeah, that's the best. You know, that's our best. And if there are any exceptions, I'll never tell you which ones they are. I was looking. I look at this one a lot, and this is very interesting because, by the author of Oscar Submerges, Zach Tanner, Margie and the Atomic Brain. It's not my kind of literature, and I just was glued to it. It's what is it, 600 pages, almost 560 pages, and it's only the first of 3 volumes, or maybe 5 or 6. He's a madman, and I'm not sure what he's gonna come up with in his laboratory. But this one, I found just amazing, that he could hold my attention in the way he did, yeah. Anyway, so how could this not be the best one? Well, because it's sitting right on top of Cactus Boots, and we're out of Abundant Circuity, and Cactus Boots is the one that sold the most, and it really has quite a reputation. Although we have way too many left. People don't really like the black and white copy. Well, okay, but it's down to 15 euros. Do you want me to take it down to 10? Let me know if that's what it takes for you to buy it. Because, we have to, that'll be the fourth. Well, no, we are not going to have enough money to print it by May 17th, the book's birthday, which coincides with my own, which was intended not by me, by Jeff and Phil, or me. I don't remember. But anyway, today, this is the book, and so I'm going to just read a short passage. This one came out of Brisbane, Australia, and it's one of those things where somebody sends me a piece of writing, and I think, okay, show me something, send it part of it, and I read it, and I think, okay, this looks good, and then the whole book comes, and I think, wow, and it just blows me away. First two people who read it said it reminds them of Cormac McCarthy, and people are a little nervous about saying that because they're afraid that what if it sounds like they're saying that this guy is ripping off Cormac McCarthy? But you can't rip off Cormac McCarthy. You can be inspired by him, but if you can write well enough for people to think that you're ripping off Cormac McCarthy, then you're writing some very good prose. Anyway, it didn't occur to me. I could see how it would, but it didn't occur to me at that time. But there is every possibility that the guy loves Cormac McCarthy. I love Cormac McCarthy. But anyway, in the night, a man was screaming in his cell, hammering the walls. When they came for him, he laughed manically, and they took him out of his cell and led him away, and he cried his deepest desires, those to foul even the vilest minds. That's McCarthyian, isn't it? McCarthy-esque. Cormacian. No common nomenclature by which to define his wants, nor any system put forth to quell his darkened heart. And you see him in his isolation as you sleep, and he tears at his very flesh, for there is nothing else to make bleed, nor any ear to know what despair devours him. And were you both not once alike, infants cradled, feeding for the mortal journey to come? Wasn't it nice life? Nights of your childhood laying in bed, sound of rain, another sun to come, scents which took you through doors betwixt good years, laughter, every simple joy. Where is it now? Songs sounded different then. God, it was good. Is it tomorrow, or is it today, or yesterday? What is time when hours are months and years are blinks? God, where did it go? Where is it? I was just a child. Do you feel that way too? Deep darkness, this cell. Hear them tossing in their beds. I don't think that's rain. I think that's iron hailing down to impale us. You can hear it. Hear all the outer world's clocks ticking without you. His cell door was opened, and he saw Gibbs standing just outside it. All right, James, time to get up. Anyway, now as I was reading, I was thinking, there's a little Thomas Wolfe there, and then you have to start thinking, well, was there a little Thomas Wolfe in Cormac McCarthy? Maybe, So I don't know. I don't like to think about that either. It's rare that I read something and think that's a ripoff. It did happen once, and I need to review it. I won't even name. Some people who know me well enough may know who I'm talking about, but my revised opinion is I would have to read them both again before saying publicly who they were. I don't know, and I think that the creation that I once so admired and then lost my feel for once I realized that I thought too much was taken from another previous great writer. I think that's a pretty big charge, and I don't want to make it again. Because to do it, to write such a good book, the one that first impressed me before I read the older writer, was to create a great book. Well, anyway, this is just to say, Corona Samizdat's Wailing, Madness, Shame, and Death is a pretty amazing book. And I'd like all of you to have it. And if I were rich, I would just say, I'll send you one. Just send me an email and we'll send you. But I would have to send you all the books then, given what I said earlier. So maybe I would, if I were rich, what I'd do is I'd say, because if I were rich, I wouldn't want to work very much. Maybe writing, continue supporting film ventures. But if I were rich, I would pay someone. That's what it would be. I would pay someone to send each of you 10 Corona Samizdat books of your choice. Yeah, that's what I do. I forget that you can hire people when you're rich. I've never actually hired anyone in my life, I don't think. At least not. Maybe I've given my kids something to do, some petty chore. I don't know. But anyway, Gavin's book is, once you're done with, do we have a copy right here? Yeah. Yeah, you got the Filthy Synecdoche and Gavin. These two together, that would make for some great reading for you. And if you're quick enough, you'll get one with the author's name on it. Ben Lieberman, Filthy Synecdoche. All right, bye-bye. Thank you.